Hey guys, Saida here. Welcome to your March 2018 Oracle Forecast. So pardon my appearance in terms of my energy. I did just come back from being at the park. So I am a little tired. And besides going to the park, I also haven't really been sleeping well. I don't know if anyone else has been experiencing that lately, but since we've been in Pisces, I've been having some really strange dreams and just haven't really been able to sleep because of all the crazy dreams. So excuse me if I seem a little tired. I'm probably going to take a nap after this, but yeah, so just excuse that. But as you know, I like to start with the messages that I picked up on for the month of March before I get started on the cards. But actually, before I get started with the cards, with the messages, let me tell you what cards I'm using for today. I will be using the Goddess Guidance Oracle by Doreen Virtue. And I wanted to pull a bonus card. I kind of like doing that. I did that last month, so I'll be doing that today from the Gateway Oracle by Denise Lynn. Also, excuse the lighting. I don't know how, it looks a little dark to me, but hopefully it'll come out okay. But, so, now I'm really excited for the month of March, okay? Because when I was tapping into the energy for March, it felt like a really powerful month. It felt intense. So let me just tell you all the stuff that I picked up on. So I saw the number 11 for March, which is, it's a powerful number. So I'll tell you what all that means. So I feel like communication is going to be big for March, okay? So now this could be distant communication for some. So it could be someone maybe that you know that lives in a different country or in a different state or something like that that'll be reaching out to you to communicate with you. Or it could be somebody that you don't know that just doesn't live in the state or the country that you live in that's trying to reach out to you and talk to you about something. It could be business, it could be something like that. So I would assume if you don't know the person, it's probably business or something. But yeah, so it could be something like that. So yeah, communication is big. Also communication when it comes to friends, when it comes to family and relationships. Speaking your truth, being clear about communication, as well as listening is going to be important as well. And I did get the sense of accelerated motion, and when I got that sense, it felt like it had to do with spiritual growth. So know that the energy, at least from what I'm picking up on, the energy will be heightened for the month of March. And I did get the sense of this being a time of ascension, a time of learning, and attainment of higher wisdom and knowledge. So for some of you, this will mean like learning something new. So it could be education. Maybe you want to do a little course, or you're looking into going back to school. It could be something like that. Or it could just be that you're doing a lot of studying on your own. So that could be something that comes up for some of you. Now, I did see the word graduation when I was tapping into the energy for March, and it felt to me like whatever lessons you've been learning or whatever karma you had to go through over the past, and honestly, it felt like the past couple of years, maybe 2 or 3 years, it feels like you're done with that. So it feels like you're graduating from that, and whatever you've had to deal with for the past few years, you've completed, okay? So I feel like you've learned from that, on to the next cycle, all right? And I did feel like one of the main guides that you can work with for this month is actually Serapis Bey. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned him during my readings, but I did pick up on his energy. He is an ascendant master, and I know that he is associated with the Temple of Luxor in Egypt, which is considered to be an ascension temple, etherically. So you might want to look into him and see if he resonates with you. Okay, I also picked up on Lord Melchizedek, so I feel like he's going to be helping with moving deeper into yourself for this attainment of higher wisdom. So I feel like he'll be helping with that. Kuthumi is one as well. He's another ascendant master you can look into, and he will be helping with the same thing. So I feel like you can look into these guides and see if they resonate with you. Now, I also picked up on the sense that you can use pearl to help with this energy. So I mean, it doesn't have to be a natural pearl, obviously. You know, like real pearls are extremely hard to find, but I feel like if you just work with the energies of like freshwater pearls, it would aid in this ascension process. So look into that. I also got the sense that it is a time of awakening. And for people out there, it could be different for everyone. So it could be an awakening of creativity. It could be an awakening of passions. And I also got the sense that some of you may feel more inspired than usual. So whatever it is, it feels like something has been ignited within you. And excuse the helicopter. I do live in Brooklyn, so sometimes that happens. So I do feel like something is just igniting within you, and you just feel this sense of expansion happening, okay? So another thing that I sensed for the month of March is that friendships are going to be very important. And I saw a lot of green energy around these friendships, which means that you may be spending time nurturing friendships. You may be spending time strengthening those bonds, or maybe even making new friends and working on nurturing those new bonds, okay? So that's something there. I also got the sense that for some people, health is going to be important. So you may spend more time looking into vitamins or supplements, or how to increase your level of nutrition for improved health, okay? So I sense that Archangel Raphael will be helping you with that if that's something that you're going to be looking into. And I did sense that things will be clearing up for a lot of you. So, I mean, that feels good. So it feels like with the spiritual growth, it feels like you'll feel like things are starting to clear up. They're starting to open up. It feels like maybe blockages will start to go away. So that's a good thing. Okay, so I'm going to go into the cards and I'll show you them all and then go through them one by one. So the first card, and I love this, is High Priestess with Danya. Okay. Now, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but I'm going to go with she. Because I know I believe she's Celtic, I'm not positive, but her name is She, or that's how I'm going to pronounce it, Quiet Time. Okay, the next card, Goddess Kuan Yin, Compassion. And the last card from the Goddess Guidance deck is Butterfly Maiden, Transformation. Now, when it comes to the card from the Gateway Oracle, I'll show you guys that after I'm done with the Goddess cards. So I was really happy to see Miss Danya, High Priestess. It says, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So I felt with this card that this is all about you coming into your High Priestess. It feels like this is something that you already are. And during this time, you'll be working on acknowledging and honoring this part of yourself. So I feel like when I look at this card, there's a lot of, feels to be some fear there. Fear of acknowledging that title, or I guess that aspect of yourself. But I do feel that March will be spent coming into that and getting more comfortable with feeling like a high priestess or feeling like a goddess, okay? I also felt that you may look into teaching or spending more time teaching if you already do teach, and becoming more comfortable with teaching, okay? So I feel like you are carrying knowledge and wisdom from lifetimes before, from your ancestors, and I feel like it's time for you to start sharing this, okay? And start becoming more public with it. And I also felt like it's going to be important for you to, when you come into the space, to assert your independence, okay? So again, there is some fear, and I do feel, when I look at this card, that there's some work to be done around the throat chakra, okay? So again, with the communication that I picked up on earlier, but I do feel that it's time for you to respect who you are in this lifetime and start to honor that. And I do get the sense of high levels of intuition. So do honor your intuition, whatever it is you feel. And I feel like for some of you, what it is that you feel like this is who you are. You feel like you're a high priestess, or that you were a high priestess at some point, and that you are carrying this goddess energy. So you have to trust that. Trust what it is that you feel, because you're not lying to yourself. So I feel like you just have to trust it. And one more thing that I sensed from Danya's card is that connecting with the moon cycles will be very beneficial. So connecting with the full moon, I feel like that'll help to increase your intuition, and getting in touch overall with the moon cycles, I feel like will be beneficial to you as a high priestess. Okay? So the next card, which is She, that's how I'm pronouncing it, quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Now, when I see this card, it feels very still. It feels, the energy to me feels like the Hermit. Okay, so it feels like it's connected to the High Priestess card in the sense that in order to get a stronger connection to this High Priestess aspect, you're going to need to go within and do meditation. Okay? Spending time alone, and just spending time alone meditating, whether, I tend to like to meditate with music, but sometimes I am guided to just not have anything on, just be in that silence. And I feel like for some of you, you will need to take time out to just be in silence, to meditate. I feel like when you go through these meditations in silence, that you'll be able to sense, and you'll be able to pick up on things that you're carrying within you that maybe if you were just running around and having all this stuff to do, that you wouldn't have acknowledged before, you didn't know were there. So I feel like spending quiet time to allow yourself to just release and to relax is going to be really important for tapping into this higher wisdom. Now, I am feeling and sensing as I say that past lives are coming up. So that might also be something that comes up for you when you spend quiet time in meditation. And I feel like you may see different aspects of yourself from past lives and certain bits of wisdom returning to you. So I feel like you can't go wrong with meditation this month, or any time really, but I feel like this month it feels extra important because of the heightened energy. I also sense that working with Lapis Lazuli will be very helpful for some of you. I feel like that will take you deeper into meditation and help to awaken this wisdom within you. It is a very ancient stone, so it's very helpful. Okay, now, Goddess Kuan Yin, compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others, and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. And when I saw this card, I felt immense spiritual growth. Okay? Immense spiritual growth. I feel like you'll be coming into a place of compassion, a place of peace, a place of understanding, feeling at peace within yourself. I actually sensed enlightenment here. Now, that term can mean different things, okay, depending on what tradition you follow and what you believe, but it did give me the sense of seeing more of the light around you because you've come to a place of acceptance within yourself, acceptance of the light within yourself, not judging yourself. So because of that, I feel like you'll start to feel more compassionate for others, where they're at, not judging them for where they're at. And I feel like there's just this sense of like being settled and being okay with where you're at and where everyone else is at, knowing that everyone is on their own individual path and there's no need to judge how someone else is evolving. Okay? So, and I also feel with this card too, I'm getting now, that there's this sense of loving yourself more. So I do feel this sense of forgiving yourself, maybe for things that you did wrong or for things that you've judged yourself for in the past. There does feel, again, like I said before, like the sense of acceptance, like it's okay, you know, that was then, you know, I didn't know any better. Or I was evolving, still am evolving, but I was in a different place then. So I feel like you'll be getting to a place of feeling like you've accepted yourself in all your flaws and all of your past mistakes. So, I mean, that feels great. So like I said, immense spiritual growth coming from this Kuan Yin card. And the last card from the Goddess Guidance Oracle is Butterfly Maiden, Transformation. And she says, you are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So I feel like this is quite literal, that you are transforming. You are shedding the old. And when I look at this card, I see ego identity. So there are parts of yourself that you've accumulated over time that maybe served you in the past, but it doesn't serve you anymore. And I feel like they weren't really, it wasn't you anyway. So I feel like you'll be releasing all those things that are not true to you, that are not actually a part of that purest, of your purest self. So I feel like you'll be shedding that. And I feel like it's happening now, but I also feel like it's going to continue. So I feel like the month of March will bring a lot of transformation, but I also feel like it doesn't stop there. So I feel like it's a reminder that you are transforming. So the true you is being revealed. So be easy on yourself during this process, because transformation, you know, it sounds great, and it is great, but it can bring a lot of inner turmoil and confusion as you release that which is no longer serving you. And this process is within divine order. It's happening exactly as it is meant to, and all is well. Okay, so just trust how that process happens for you. I feel like it'll bring a greater sense of self-awareness, so it'll be good. Okay, so now for the final card from the Gateway Oracle is Listening with Your Heart, which is a great card. I trust the messages I receive from my heart. So I feel like with this card that you will be coming to a place where you're living from a more heart-centered space. So I feel like it feels like you'll be really moving into the heart space and feeling this sense. It kind of takes me back to the Kuan Yin card, feeling more compassion for yourself, for others, and also aligning with the wisdom of your heart, okay? So I feel like a lot of people associate the heart with emotions, but the heart in the energetic sense is actually very wise, and that it is your connection to source. So I feel like the heart holds a lot of wisdom, and I feel like that's what you'll be tapping into. I just see this major heart expansion, this heart awakening, and you just trusting what it is that your heart has to tell you, and just living from that space, allowing your heart to guide you, and not feeling bad about it. Because, you know, some people will say, well, you can't listen to the heart, but I disagree with that. I feel like you cannot listen to pain, you can't listen to old wounds. It's not the heart that messes you up, it's the old wounds that mess you up. And sometimes these wounds are within the heart, but a healthy heart will never steer you wrong. So healing the heart, clearing the heart, and bringing it to a space of balance is essential for living a life that is in alignment with the divine, with your truth. If you block the heart, you're in trouble. Okay, so you have to keep the heart open, as hard as it is and as scary as it is. But I do feel like for the month of March, you'll be moving more into the heart space and getting in touch with your passions, what it is that calls to you, what speaks to you, what it is that you find true for yourself, and just living from a space of love and acceptance for yourself and everyone. Okay, all right, so that's the reading for March 2018. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you around for the next reading. All right, take care.